Call the meeting to order. Please call the roll.
Councilwoman Cruz. Here. Councilman McDaniel.
Present.
Councilman Horn.
Present.
Councilman Culp.
Here.
Councilman Cooper.
Here.
Councilwoman Gregory. Mayor Morwolf.
Present.
6 present, 1 absent.
Please stand and join in the Pledge of Allegiance.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
We do have some recognitions tonight. First, turn it over to City Manager Hahn for a few remarks on our first one.
Thank you, Mayor. So our first recognition tonight will be a presentation of our award by the Center for Prevention of Abuse for the Partners in Peace certification. This was something that was started by former City Manager Tim Gleason, and one that I was just very excited to help see to completion. Carol will talk about what those certification requirements were for us to meet in order to receive this certification. But, you know, this is human trafficking, and putting an end to human trafficking is something that we all need to be aware of and participate in, not just something for the police to focus on. And that's why I felt it was so important that we get all the city staff trained in what to look for when they're out in the community and be able to report anything that they think might be suspicious. And so as part of that also, we did actually set up a web page on our website where citizens can report anything if they believe that they've witnessed something related to human trafficking.
Great. If we could have Carol Myrna go to the podium and tell us a little bit more.
Good evening. It's great to see you all. Mayor, City Council members, City Manager Hahn, city staff, and members of the community. My name is Carol Myrna. I'm the CEO of the Center for Prevention of Abuse. We are a high-impact human service organization headquartered in Peoria, and we are delighted to be a partner with the City of Decatur, especially in the area of human trafficking. On behalf of the Center for Prevention of Abuse, it's an honor to be here to recognize the City of Decatur as a partner in peace. Human trafficking is one of the fastest growing criminal enterprises in the world. It exploits vulnerability for profit and impacts communities of every size, urban and rural alike. Trafficking is not something that happens somewhere else. It happens in Illinois, and it happens in communities just like this. Trafficking is a horrific human rights crime, and it thrives in silence, secrecy, and a lack of awareness, which is why education, prevention, and coordinated community response are so critically important. The Center for Prevention of Abuse is proud to work alongside outstanding partners across Illinois, including the Illinois Trafficking Enforcement Group and philanthropist Howard G. Buffett, both of whom have made significant investments in anti-trafficking and law enforcement efforts in Decatur, but also in the Center for Prevention of Abuse. Through these partnerships, communities are building stronger systems of prevention, victim response, law enforcement collaboration, and public awareness. The recognition I'm bringing to you today reflects more than awareness. It reflects action and leadership and commitment to protecting vulnerable individuals from exploitation and human trafficking. The City of Decatur has demonstrated that municipalities can and should play a powerful role in prevention and intervention. Your leadership and the city administration's leadership. With that, Decatur has taken meaningful and measurable steps to create a safer and more peaceful community. Those efforts include training all city staff in trafficking awareness and prevention, passing an ordinance addressing illicit massage facilities, which you did before we came along, so good for you, establishing a reporting protocol for municipal employees, which is the visor card you have in the folder in front of you, also offered in a mobile version, and implementing an internal anti-human trafficking policy for staff and vendors. These actions send a clear message of human trafficking will not be ignored, it will not be overlooked or tolerated in this community. I'd also like to offer special recognition tonight to the Decatur Police Department and Chief of Police Brad Allen for their leadership and commitment to this effort. You see, the department participated in special trauma-informed human trafficking trainings designed specifically for law enforcement professionals. Those trainings equip officers not only to identify trafficking situations, but also to respond to victims with greater understanding, sensitivity, and effectiveness. That distinction matters. Victims of trafficking often carry deep trauma, fear, and distrust. A trauma-informed response can make the difference between a victim remaining silent and a victim finding safety and support. The Decatur Police Department's willingness to invest in this specialized training demonstrates a strong commitment to victim-centered policing and community protection. What makes this especially significant is that trafficking prevention is not traditionally viewed as municipal work, yet Decatur recognized that city employees are often uniquely positioned to see warning signs, red flags, and patterns, and respond appropriately and help connect victims to safety and resources. By equipping staff with education and clear procedures, this city has become a model of proactive community leadership. At the Center for Prevention of Abuse, we know that ending trafficking requires partnerships. Law enforcement cannot do it alone. Victim service providers like the Center for Prevention of Abuse cannot do it alone. Communities must stand together, and Decatur has done exactly that. Tonight, on behalf of the Center for Prevention of Abuse, thank you for your leadership, your willingness to take action, your commitment to building a community where exploitation has no place and where every person should be treated with dignity and respect. It's my privilege to present the Partner in Peace recognition to the City of Decatur. Congratulations, and thank you for leading by example. Here's hoping many other communities follow in your footsteps. And if the Chief Police would come up. This is a very heavy, but lovely. Human Trafficking Prevention Certified Municipality. So that's for you.
Well, thank you, Carol. Good evening, Mayor, Council, and City Manager, and community members. Tonight highlights an important partnership focused on protecting some of the most vulnerable people in our community and creating a citywide awareness in response to human trafficking. The partnership with the Center for Prevention of Abuse to provide citywide human trafficking awareness training was designed to educate employees on how to recognize the warning signs of trafficking and how to respond appropriately to connect victims with resources and support. As mentioned, human trafficking exists in shadows and many victims go unnoticed. The awareness and education provided through this partnership are critical tools to helping identify and intervene before more harm is done. And in addition, as mentioned, the Decatur Police Department continues to work with the Illinois State Police Human Trafficking Enforcement Group to strengthen our enforcement efforts, protect victims, share intelligence, support investigations, and hold offenders accountable. So through these partnerships and these collaborations, the city represents a united commitment to confronting human trafficking head-on. Together, we're building a safer and more informed community for everybody. And on behalf of the City of Decatur and the Decatur Police Department, I'm honored to accept this. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief, and I'm sure Ryan wants to get a picture of you and Ms. Myrna. And congratulations to all of the city staff for participating in this training. Our next recognition, if I could invite John Burkhart on behalf of the Illinois chapter of American Water Works to the podium.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Again, my name is John Burkhart. I represent District 5, the Board of Trustee member for that district for the Illinois section of the American Water Works Association. So, the Illinois section provides resources for education of safe and sustainable water. Currently, we have 2,400 members across the state and over 50,000 members in our association globally. I know you guys have won this award in the past, but kind of a quick overview. The Water Ambassador Program was created to elevate public perception, knowledge, and consumer education of the water industry. The program aims to accomplish these goals by presenting a new communication platform of educational and promotional content in a manner that is relevant, engaging, and consistent among all the participants. Participating members can access some water education tools as well as content from the section website, and then push that communication out to their community through social media, website postings, bill inserts, newsletters, giving tours of your water treatment facility, any community event that goes on, or even in some schools. So there are 3 levels of these standards: gold, silver, and bronze. And I'm happy to say that Decatur is a gold winner again this year. And we've got your street sign that you can hang proudly throughout your community.
Thank you very much. And I think Ryan wants another picture.
Same setup? Yes. Okay.
Right, next on the agenda, appearance of citizens. Our policy relative to appearance of citizens is as follows. A 30-minute time period is provided for citizens to appear and express their views before the City Council. Each citizen speaking will be limited to 1 appearance of up to 3 minutes. No immediate response will be given by City Council or City staff members. Citizens are to give their documents, if any, to the police officer for distribution to the Council. When the Mayor determines that all persons wishing to speak in accordance with this policy have done so, members of the City Council and key staff may make comments. Does anyone wish to appear before Council tonight? And we'll just need your name. You don't have to provide an address.
Perfect. Good evening, Mayor, council members, members of the community. My name is Brittany Larson, Director of Stakeholder Engagement for Decarbonization here in Decatur. I'm here tonight to extend the invite to our CCS Community Learning Day tomorrow, May 19th, at the National Sequestration Education Center at Richland Community College. Similar to past learning days that some of you have attended, the event will be from 3 to 6 p.m., offering 30-minute time slots. This is a self-paced expo-style event, giving the members of our community access to knowledgeable ADM staff and third-party experts who can answer questions about geology, permitting, environmental and safety protections, and extensive monitoring that goes into the CCS operations here in Decatur. In addition, Low Carbon Infra, who manages the Broadwing Energy Project, will be available at the Learning Day to answer questions as well. As with many technical subjects, some conversations circulating publicly are based off of misinformation and could benefit from additional context and explanation. That's exactly why we started the Learning Day, to provide clarity and to answer some of the questions our community members have. To RSVP for tomorrow's Learning Day, please go to adm.com/CCS Learning Day. If you are unable to attend tomorrow, we will be hosting more throughout the remainder of the year.
We also have extensive information about CCS available on our website, and we're happy to speak to you directly at any time. Our goals are education and transparency. We want people to understand the science behind carbon capture and storage for themselves, ask questions directly, and learn how it works and why it's important for the growth and the economic development of the Decatur community. Thank you for your time, and we hope to see you all there.
Thank you, Ms. Larson. Does anyone else wish to appear before council tonight?
Good evening, Council. I'm still Ann Owens. So tonight on your desk there, you each received one of our commemorative coins from Historic Preservation Week. So you'll understand it's not just a Decatur thing. A friend in Oklahoma actually does those custom for us each year. He takes great pride because he used to live here. His brother now lives in Bloomington, so he looks forward to doing a different coin for us each year. I also want to mention Randy Phipps. So if you don't know who Randy Phipps is, you need to learn because he is one of your best employees. He helped me arrange the trolley for Saturday and Sunday. Due to the rain, we had to pivot a little bit on Saturday for parking and so forth. I called Randy 9:30 on Saturday morning. He says, "No problem, Ms. Owens. You let me know what you want me to do, and I'll do it." So I called him back once we got our plan together. He let the driver know. We had no problems at all. He even answered an email Thursday night about 11 o'clock, which I had actually sent, assuming he would answer me on Friday morning. So I want to let you know that's outstanding service. I also want to let you know we had an amazing turnout on Saturday, even though we had rain, and on Sunday. Each of our churches reported having over 100 visitors. And so that was from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. Several of the citizens took the trolley. We had visitors here for the church tour, which was on Sunday, from Chicago, from Peoria, from Bloomington, from Taylorville, and several other communities. So I will let you know, I've had a lot of great comments how well manicured our lawns are on all of our historic sites and how they're really kept up nicely. So it's really a privilege for us as History of the Heartland to get to promote our historic sites, to thank all the staff, all the volunteers, and obviously the citizens of this community that support historic preservation.
Thank you for sharing, Ann. Would anyone else like to speak tonight?
Good evening, Mayor, Council. Brett Robertson. It's good to see you tonight. I want to build on Ann's comments about Historic Preservation Week. We're now midway through Historic Preservation Week. This is our 7th annual Historic Preservation Week here in Decatur. Pretty much everything we do with Historic Preservation Week is a collaboration. On Saturday, we had, as Ann mentioned, in the torrential rains, our history showcase, and participating in that with free open houses were the Culver House, the Governor Oglesby Mansion, the Milliken Homestead, the Staley Museum, the Hieronymus Mueller Museum, the Macon County History Museum in Prairie Village, the Lincoln Square Theater, and for the first time this year, Milliken University was a participant, and they opened up Schilling and Gorn Halls to the public for tours. So I want to thank everyone who came out, and especially wanted to thank all the volunteers, because all these venues are managed by volunteers, and really put in many hours to take care of these sites and also to provide tours to the public. On Sunday, we had our Stained Glass Stories event which has become our most popular event. And Anna mentioned the attendance. I think the peak was 140 attendees at St. James. We had 4 churches open this year, all of them magnificent stained glass churches: St. John's Episcopal, St. Patrick's, St. James, and First United Methodist all had great crowds. And again, thanks to all the docents there who came out to give tours to the public. Now, coming up on Thursday, and I want to invite everybody to come out, we have our sixth Living Legends event, and that's an event that we typically have at Doherty's, and it'll be at 6 p.m. this week at Doherty's. And this event is going to be for St. Teresa football. So we'll have coaches and football players dating back to the 70s that will all be coming out to relive some of the glory days of St. Teresa's football program. So I hope you can come out and enjoy that event as well. I'm sure I'm forgetting somebody, but again, thanks to everybody who's participated, and thanks to all of you who came out to our events.
Thank you, Mr. Robertson.
Good evening. My name is James Taylor. I'm here tonight with a complaint. I know the police department is full of everything they can handle because I was an auxiliary deputy with the sheriff department for 26 years, and I averaged 1,500 hours every year. I missed a lot of my kids' sports and stuff because I believe in police work. But I always come here because I can talk to all of y'all at once. We have got to do something about the people on the street that's on these corners because they're getting violent now. All these people are not homeless. The one is normally homeless. They got everything they own with them. The one standing out there with a little paper sign in the yard. I watched this one guy one day, and I just going to follow him and see where he went. When that guy left that corner with that sign in his yard, he went and got a brand new pickup truck and drove home. I ain't going to tell you where he lived, but I followed him. So we're going to have to do something about it because they're getting violent now. Some of the restaurant I go to, the people try to run them off the parking lot because the drive-through, what people drive through, they're going up begging, and the people don't give them nothing. They're hitting the cars and kicking the cars and cussing them out and everything else. So I noticed they got the right to stand on the corner and do what they do, but the city going to have to come up with something to stop some of these people from harassing people when they're trying to get something to eat or just trying to go to work or just visiting friends. And like I said, I know the police department is very busy because it wasn't nothing when I was there like it is now. Because I didn't have to wear all the equipment he had to wear. I just had on a gun and a slapstick. But all of y'all need to get together and do something about these people harassing people driving through a drive-up and standing on the corner begging. Because it's got to stop. Because there's some people want to move into this city and don't want to move. It ain't only Decatur now, but they want to move into our city, but they don't want to because what they see when they come in. And I'm just fed up with it. And I can't think of no other place to gripe except gripe at you guys. I'm griping at y'all. Let's do something, okay? Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Taylor.
Hello, my name is Michael Leone, and I just really feel a need to respond to what was just said with the suggestion because I've said it a bunch of times, and I'm gonna say it again because it's relevant here. Because I basically help at I work at the public aid office, but I've talked to he was on Pershing one time. I actually talked to someone on the corner when I was in my car, and he said he was actually at and I just want to be clear, I'm not trying to throw them under the bus. I'm just saying that they need to be potentially be collaborated with in order to address just help keep track of folks. Like one of these people said he was with in a halfway house, and I'm just they're just I'm you know what I'm saying. Just maybe just checking with them and see what they're doing to address this. But she and also just in Waukegan, near where I'm from, they have signs that say, because I've always been off-put by no panhandling signs, but they say specifically no panhandling, donate to local charities, which I find just really helpful. But in addition, I work there, so I understand the role that ADM plays in this city. I just no amount of lecturing is going to make me forget what happened in Satarsha, Mississippi, where their carbon capture project exploded. Nothing will make me forget that. I appreciate that they're innovating with stuff like switchgrass and whatnot. I cannot. If we want people to be attracted to the community, they need to have confidence that they'll be able to open their own window and just enjoy themselves. That's a big deal. And yeah, I will not be lectured on. I will not be lectured. Carbon also, in order to remain liquid, needs to be stored at a certain amount of PSI. It can't just. It's not just always liquid at whatever temperature. That's a pretty important part. And also, these carbon capture companies are going after Central Illinois, because of the shale. They are vultures for the shale.
Thank you, Mr. Leone. Does anyone else have comments for the council tonight? Okay, seeing none, no further comments, we will move on to approval of the minutes.
Approval of minutes of May 4th, 2026 City Council meeting. I need a motion and a second.
So moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel?
Aye.
Councilman Horn?
Aye.
Councilman Culp?
Aye.
Councilman Cooper?
Aye.
Mayor Morwolf?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
Any unfinished business?
None.
Moving into new business, we have up first the treasurer's financial report. Ms. Hahn?
Thank you, Mayor and Council. Just a couple updates. The end of the reporting period, or this reporting period through April 2026, ended with a total cash position of $110.2 million. This is up from the end of the prior month, which was at $105.3 million. The City General Fund ended the reporting period with a cash position of $21.2 million. And this is just up slightly from our cash reserve target 75-day policy of $20.4 million. We are still trending well to date with revenue streams. There's the ones that are still trending favorably are sales tax revenue, state income tax, utility tax, and state PPRT. We are still keeping an eye on food and beverage, video gaming, hotel, motel, and cable TV. And then just one correction on the last page under property tax. It stated that the tax levy is not certified. It has been certified, but we are still waiting on some of the final reports for that.
Any questions for the manager on the treasurer's report? Seeing none, we have a special treat tonight. Kara Demersion Huss is here with us to give us an update on the TCCI manufacturing project. You may have to read some of that print for me. So
I might what?
have to read some of the print for me.
Okay, yeah. It's technical, so you don't need to read it anyway.
Well, welcome, Ms. Huss.
Thank you. Good evening, Mayor Wolf, council members, City Manager Hahn, city staff, and community. Thank you for your time tonight. I genuinely am grateful to be here. The council's continued partnership in what is becoming one of the most exciting stories in downstate Illinois. Again, I'm Kara Demersion Huss, and I'm a a long time, I shouldn't say lifetime, resident in Decatur, Illinois. I serve as the Senior Vice President at TCCI Manufacturing, and I'm also the President and founder of DCC Marketing. Additionally, I think it's worth noting, I am the board chair for the Illinois Manufacturers Association, representing nearly 4,000 companies and employ directly 650,000 in Illinois. I serve on the Illinois Workforce Innovation Board appointed by Governor Pritzker, and I serve as the co-chair of the Marketing Advisory Council for the Illinois Economic Development Corporation for our state. I share that not as a resume, but because it gives me a very different view, a perspective of what's happening not only in Decatur, but across Illinois and then nationally and globally. And so I hope when you leave here today, you'll kind of get a little depth and breadth of that. Decatur is definitely being watched, and it's very exciting. I sit on a lot of committees and a lot of boards, and what we're doing here across several of our industries and across the community is quite transformational. As you know, the TCCI Clean Energy Innovation Hub is a $45 million public-private partnership between TCCI Manufacturing, Richland Community College, the state of Illinois, and you all at the city of Decatur. This facility is absolutely innovative and one of a kind. And I want to break it down and give you an update on all three components of the facility. So TCCI Manufacturing, for those of you who don't know, my father bought the York division of Borg Warner back in the mid-'80s. They were going to shut that facility down. He went on to buy Tillotson and then TCCI, or Climate Control Incorporated, and we are a manufacturer of advanced thermal management and compressor systems. Basically, we make air conditioning for the commercial vehicles on the road and the critical thermal management systems for commercial vehicles. The commercial vehicle industry is evolving very rapidly. Electrification, hybrid systems, AI integration, new sustainable requirements are reshaping our transportation globally. Our electric compressor manufacturing facility, if you haven't seen it yet, I welcome you to our facility. It is fully operational. We've grown employment by approximately 20% over the last couple years and have been actively hiring. We are actually going to be hosting a recruitment day and hiring event on Thursday, June 4th from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the TCCI manufacturing facility. And we're hoping that Decatur residents can help us fill some of the key roles that we are sourcing. The second pillar is probably one of the most exciting pillars for me from a global standpoint. The Climatic Center for Innovation and Research, or what we call the CCIR, was really a birth child of the governor's office and TCCI Manufacturing, Argonne National Lab, and the University of Illinois. This will be the first publicly accessible facility in the United States to integrate the following capabilities under one roof: climate testing for -30 to +130, humidity, wind up to 100 miles an hour. We will have an EPA certified dyno to test against roadway conditions, vibration and electric testing, advanced thermal systems validation, and with the support of the Illinois EPA, a natural refrigerant testing center. There is no other publicly available facility in the United States that has this magnitude of testing capabilities. We've been working intentionally with not just the Illinois EPA, but the Department of Commerce and Economic Opportunity and Argonne National Lab. Argonne is one of the nation's premier Department of Energy research institutions, and we've connected our dyno, our EPA certified dyno equipment and technology in ways that position the Climatic Center as a partner to technology advancements for our customers and a platform for joint funding opportunities with federal agencies as we move forward. This is a huge opportunity for us here in Decatur. We were pleased to quietly have the governor here on Friday to get another sneak peek and go through our Workforce Academy that I'm going to talk about. And again, as I say, we are being watched. There are definite pop-ins and conversations happening across the state and across our federal agencies about what we're doing here. The University of Illinois Champaign-Urbana's Granger College of Engineering is ranked amongst one of the top engineering schools in the nation. Dean Bashir and I have regular communication and have active research partnerships. Companies from across the country, from across the world, we're doing testing in our facility now for the Trayton Group, which was one of the largest commercial vehicle trucking companies, bringing their most advanced thermal management systems here to Decatur to test against electrification, sustainable mobility technologies, and validate them so they can get them to market faster and more competitively. Again, this doesn't make Decatur a participant in the clean energy economy. It makes us a destination. Our third pillar is really exciting as well, and something very unique to us. And I've heard it sitting here in this in these chambers previously, but the workforce piece of what we do is a template for the rest of the state. The Clean Energy Workforce Academy, that is a partnership with TCCI Manufacturing and Richland Community College, is where everything really comes together. So the CEJA programs that are happening at Richland Community College have graduated nearly 300 students and have completed training across 7 cohorts. The 8th cohort that just officially ended trained inside of the Clean Energy Workforce Academy at TCCI with the Enrich program. Direct within that innovation center, we are designating very important roles that our region plays in creating equitable workforce pathways tied to the future of energy and manufacturing. Our partnership with Josh Prezan and the IBEW and the Trades Skilled is absolutely critical and one that we value as we move forward in this partnership. It's a major milestone. Students are now learning alongside real manufacturing operations, engineering systems, and advanced technologies. And this is the community college embedded inside of a manufacturing facility. Normally, the manufacturing facility is not housing the community college. Our programs are currently supporting HVAC and thermal systems training, EV and hybrid technician training, and solar PVL and energy auditors, as well as advanced manufacturing. It brings bridge programs, wraparound support services, targeted recruitment, industry-aligned credentials, and direct employer partnerships. And this fall, we're expanding that. We will finally be partnering with Richland Community College in our associate's degree in STEM pathway programs that we soon to hope bring into the high schools. This will integrate several of the AS degree curriculum classes at the Clean Energy Workforce Academy for hands-on learning with our engineering teams. These students are not being trained for one company, though. I think that's the big differentiator. They're being trained for an entire evolving industry ecosystem. TCCI, ADM, Caterpillar, Primient, Mueller, IFAB, Tillamook, we are all working very closely together as Decatur and Central Illinois employers create this workforce network for Decatur. So I encourage you to look at all of us as an ecosystem. Connecting those dots could be the most important thing that we do tonight. From my seat, particularly on the board for the Illinois Manufacturing Association, manufacturing's not one industry in Illinois, it's really the foundation. A statewide economic impact of between $580 billion and $611 billion every year, the largest share of any industry in Illinois' GDP. And we're in Decatur, 50% of Decatur's GDP is through manufacturing. That means the long-term health of this community is deeply connected to the work we're doing here and our ability to remain competitive, attract investment, and continue developing workforce and infrastructure required for our modern industry. Everything I described tonight didn't happen in isolation. They're not separate projects, they're connected in strategy. built together with our industry and investing in our workers and our families. I want to share just a few things about the energy industry. It's a node and a network. Illinois now supports more than 132,000 clean energy jobs, a record high in a sector growing roughly 4 times faster than the broader state economy. Roughly 1 in 4 energy sector workers is also approaching retirement age. Whether that's natural gas operators, nuclear technicians, wind and solar installation crews, battery storage integrators, grid modernization, HVAC technicians. What makes these workforce pathways so important is that many of the core technical skills overlap across multiple high-growth sectors, including clean energy, advanced manufacturing, and food processing, which is why we're all working together. ADM in Richland created the world's first sequestration specialty. The Associate of Applied Science and Engineering Technology with a sequestration specialty provides students with educational foundations in these same skills required for a career, whether that's in carbon capture, utilization, and storage, but they're developing an understanding of basic chemistry, geologic concepts and formations, policy developments, and risk assessment. To date, 290 graduates have earned their degree. This is one of the only ones in the world. Ameren, Illinois, the utility that literally powers this community, has built apprenticeship programs tied directly to grid modernization. They're training operators today for a grid that's still being built. Ameren operates multiple apprenticeship pathways tied to electric line workers, gas utility technicians, substations, electrical technicians, fleet and maintenance technicians, engineering, and grid operators. You can see the connections here. It's really important that we see that. IFAB, the Illinois Fermentation Agriculture Biomanufacturing Tech Hub, is one of only a handful of federally designated tech hubs in the United States, and we work really hard to get that here. Anchored right here in central Illinois in partnership with Richland, they're building a biomanufacturing workforce pathway connected to the demand that companies like ADM, Primient, and all of us are needing. High-paying jobs ranging from production operators and to process technicians, to environmental monitoring technicians, process engineers, and system integration and automation specialists. Again, all connected. And the talent pipeline runs deeper than one program, whether we're talking direct to career, trade apprenticeship, or 2+2 programs with Millikan, U of I, and several of the Illinois public universities. Together as industry, you're going to see us here at Council a lot more often. We're working with our academic partners and together to really shape what's happening here, because we know we have to be more involved and more vocal in bringing education and commitment to what's happening in the work that you all are doing here. And so we thank you for the work that you're doing and are committed to ensuring that we are as well. Within the last few years, you've probably noticed many of us have been placed in very high-profile seats as gubernatorial appointees, state boards, university trustees, and advocates for the state of Illinois. Those are all people from right here in Decatur. I know we have been appointed to these roles and positioned in these roles purposely. Again, the public service we know is not glamorous, and the hours are long for you all, and the decisions are hard, and most people show up when they're frustrated. So I want to say directly, just really thank you, because this is the work that you're doing for this community is real, and we want to be here to connect, to support you, and educate you on what we're doing, what we're seeing, and what's innovating across the globe. The investments happening in Decatur right now because of the trusted partnerships that we've all built, and the city is at the forefront of that, and you'll continue to see that, us working together. So thank you. You hold a lot of responsibility in your hand, and I'm grateful for the work you're doing, and if there's anything I can do or anything our family can do to support that, I encourage you to reach out to us. So thank you for your time today.
Thank you so much, and congratulations on all you are doing for this community. The innovation at TCCI is just amazing, so I would encourage everyone who can get there to take a
Yes.
look, because it's amazing.
And we'll be opening the Climatic Center here this fall, and I'll ensure again that everybody has an invitation to that. We're looking at around Manufacturing Month, tentatively pencil in October 2nd. But thank you very much for your time and your support along the way, because we wouldn't be here today without the city. So thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Hess. Okay, and we will now move into item 3, resolution authorizing the acquisition of LifePak 35 cardiac monitors and enter into an 8-year lease agreement with Flex Financial.
Motion that the resolution do pass and be adopted.
So moved.
Second.
Ms. Hahn?
I'm sorry.
No opening comments for me. I'll just go ahead and turn it over to Chief Elder.
Hi, Chief.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, City Manager. I'm just here to seek approval to enter into it's an 8-year lease agreement. I'm going to use the Buffett Grant Foundation money just due to budget constraints to pay for that first year, and then that will put us into 7 more years to pay for at what you can see in your memo. It's critical that we get these. If we don't get them, we are going to lose our EMT advanced licensing with the state of Illinois, and it's critical on wait times and just the technology of us to be able to send critical information to hospitals before we ever get there, so they can seek treatment and better serve our citizens.
Any questions for the chief on this item? Seeing none, call the question, please.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel?
Aye.
Councilman Horn?
Aye.
Councilman Culp?
Aye.
Councilman Cooper?
Aye.
Mayor Morwolf?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
Thanks, Chief.
Thank you.
And that brings us to the city manager update. Ms. Hahn?
Just a couple highlights this evening while we're in the fire mode. We'll highlight again that the Illinois State Fire Marshal recognized the Decatur Fire Department for the more than 1,000 smoke alarms installed in Decatur through the Be Alarmed Smoke Alarm Installation Program. They were one of few departments statewide to reach this milestone, so very exciting for the Decatur Fire Department. For anyone, residents who want to know if they would be eligible for this program, they can call Fire Station 1 to see if they would be eligible to get some fire hazard assistance and 3 long life smoke alarms at no cost. And that was Fire Station 1 if you want to check on your eligibility. And then the next thing was just wanted to highlight again the groundbreaking for the new activity center for adults 55 and up. This is a $10.3 million project. It will be named the Clubhouse at Scoville Acres, and they are scheduled to open in summer of 2027. So that's all.
Thank you for that report. Moving into the consent calendar, does anyone on council wish to remove any items from the consent calendar for individual consideration? Seeing none?
Item A, resolution authorizing payment to Tyler Technologies, Inc. for the Munis Enterprise Financial Software System. Item B, resolution authorizing payment to the Macon County Law Enforcement Training Center for the new police officers recruit training, recruit class 26 through 28. Item C, resolution approving a grant agreement between the County of Macon and the City of Decatur for the acceptance of funds granted by the Howard G. Buffett Foundation to the Decatur Police Department. Item D, resolution approving a grant agreement between the County of Macon and the City of Decatur for the acceptance of funds granted by the Howard G. Buffett Foundation to Decatur Fire Department. Item E, resolution authorizing agreement for Motorola Solutions, Inc. for the purchase of portable radios and related equipment. Item F, resolution authorizing a Sourcewell contract for the purchase of a boom mower. Item G, resolution authorizing amendment to an agreement with Intera, Inc. to provide professional engineering services to the City of Decatur for yield analysis of the Harristown Vulcan Reservoir City Project 2024-02. Item H, ordinance rezoning property B1 Neighborhood Shopping District to B2 Commercial District, 1501 East El Dorado Street. Item I, ordinance rezoning properties from R5 two-family residence district to R3 single-family residence district, 2500 West Main Street and 2506 West Main Street. Item J, resolution receiving and filing of 2025 official zoning map. I need a motion to approve the items as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel?
Aye.
Councilman Horn?
Aye.
Councilman Cope?
Aye.
Councilman Cooper?
Aye.
Mayor Moore Wolf?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays.
Thank you. Does anyone on council have other business? Mr. Culp?
I just want to comment, or actually piggyback on Jimmy Taylor's comments to the council earlier about the panhandling. I know we had to take the ordinance off the books for different reasons the legal's aware of. I did recently see more ordinances coming up by cities that are intersection specific. And I can tell you, with the stuff that builds up and the wind, the trash blows out after hours, and with them walking in between traffic now, it's holding up the progression of traffic, specifically Main and Pershing, Main and Grand, Main and El Dorado, going back north. It's probably the same streets on water with cross streets, and these are all state routes as well. And it's impeding traffic, and it's definitely a safety hazard.
City of Springfield tried a couple of years ago at various corners because people were going into the streets and were at risk. And Ms. Morthland might recall better, but I believe that there was a ruling that they could not regulate people going into the streets. We've had our hands tied in trying to have a lot of ordinances to control this. Ms. Morthland, do you recall?
We do have an ordinance regarding aggressive panhandling. That is not protected activity, and people have to call, for police to respond, but that is a violation. There are also state statutes, criminal statutes, that would regulate some of the behavior. Banging on vehicle windows, certainly already illegal without us doing anything else. Regarding the specific intersections, we don't control state intersections, and we have had discussions over the years about what would be required to have specific intersections banned, what the courts have said, and it requires traffic studies to show the incidents that would justify that. We haven't had those been met yet, but the aggressive panhandling is not protected activity.
But it is intimidating. I mean, if I'm in my car alone and someone even approaches the window, it can make you fearful because you just don't know what people are going to do. But Pat?
To build on what Mr. Taylor is saying and Councilman, about 3 years ago, I went over to a street corner where a gentleman was standing. I introduced myself and asked him where he was from. I forget where he said. I said, "What brought you to Decatur?" "Well, the pickings are good. The red carpet has been out for years. Come to Decatur, we'll take care of you." I don't mind taking care of our own, but I want to take care of everybody else. And then, if you haven't been home, look in your mailbox. The Macon County property tax bill arrived. And as I've said many times over the years, don't just look at the bottom number. Look at all the different taxing bodies in Macon County. So the city is not responsible for that bottom figure. I had one of my doctors at one time blame the city for the whole bill. So anyway, if you haven't been home, I received mine today.
One other note on the panhandling issue, and now I've just lost what that was. Does anybody else have something on for other business tonight? It'll come to me. Well, I guess we need a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Councilwoman Cruz?
Aye.
Councilman McDaniel?
Aye.
Councilman Horn?
Aye.
Councilman Culp?
Aye.
Councilman Cooper?
Aye.
Mayor Moore Wolf?
Aye.
6 ayes, no nays. We are adjourned.